Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It's your girl Chic from Chic Speaks. Welcome, welcome. I am going live. I see that Diddy is currently in court. He had a 2 o'clock court appearance today to get some updates pertaining to his case. And word on the curb is that he's going to be requesting for a third time to be granted bail. So he will be going before a new judge. This is a third judge, number three. Number three. So will he be lucky the third time? Will he be granted bail? He's like, listen, I can't live in these conditions. I cannot live in these conditions, Your Honor. I can't do it. I can't do it. Ain't no silver spoons. Ain't no clean silver spoons in here. I needs to damn go home, Your Honor. I got to go home. I got all these damn kids that's dependent on me. I did see the kids all arrive to court together. They all got out of the same vehicle. All the children. We had Quincy, Christian, Justin, Jesse, Delilah, and Chance. Yes, I seen everybody but Baby Love. Baby Love was the only one that didn't roll up out the vehicle. Baby Love was not in the vehicle. I did not see Diddy get out. They say he came in a back way. So he wasn't captured on camera with like going inside the courthouse, but we did see the children. They got there maybe about like 1:45-ish. Court started at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Court started at 2 o'clock. So we are approaching the hour mark. Y'all here for this man getting out? Are y'all here for this man getting out? Hello, Divine. Hello, hello. Hey, Amanda. Hello, ladies. How are y'all doing? I had to try to go live today on this channel because I want to pick up on part 2 of our book reading for the Breaking Cycles, Janarda Jacobson book, Rose Miller's mama book. We're going to pick back up on that on the main channel this evening. But I wanted to also report some updates on this backup channel because I have been following this Diddy case very closely. So I don't want to miss a beat with it. Child, y'all here for this man getting out? I know I'm not. Y'all here for him getting out? Are y'all like free Diddy? Hashtag free Diddy? Or y'all know, nah, he needs to stay his ass up in there. The world is a better place with him up in there. Keep him up in there. Keep him in there. So I don't know. I want him to stay in there, but we're gonna see how it work out. And man, it's that's crazy. I love my dad, but if he was up against them charges, I would disown him. I was wondering, I'm like, what the kids thinking when they hear all these charges? Are they be like, they lying on my daddy. My daddy didn't do that. My daddy did not do that. F what you say. My daddy did not do that. How you know he did it? Because he didn't. He my daddy. He my daddy. Listen, they got that Rose Miller energy. Like look, Rose posted on her community page. I love my daddy. I worship the ground he walk on. My daddy, he can stay in my Airbnb for free, regardless of whatever he may have done allegedly to my mama when she was pregnant with me. I love my daddy. I love that man. I love that man. I love that man. So you got some people who will just ride out for you regardless of what you do. Listen, child, a baby's love, what they say, a mother's love, a father's love, with a child's love, a baby love. Sometimes, you got some people that will just ride out. What they say, I'm gonna ride with you until the wheels fall off. I don't know if that's what we seeing here. Divine said, dang, I was watching the replay of the Prune's mom book, but now you over here live. Listen, I'm just jumping all around trying to fit this in on this channel because this evening I didn't want to have another day go by without picking up on the book reading. Because, child, I don't want y'all to forget what had happened on part 1. If I let too much time go between, the part 1 and the part 2. So yesterday I was heavily focused on the weather in Florida, monitoring the hurricane. And so I did like a really long, like 10 plus hour live stream over there. So if you want to know kind of what was going on as the world was preparing to brace themselves for the hurricane, check out that video. It was a lot of interesting things captured on camera. There are some cameras that was around the Tampa Bay that I was able to locate and watch the footage on. So check that out. Definitely check that out. But listen, Diddy at court, he like, listen, y'all, I got to get out of here. I can't do this no more. This little jumpsuit situation. This ain't hitting on nothing. I need my suits. I need my gators. I need my hats. Like this. I can't do this. I can't live in these conditions, Your Honor. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. This is what he in there saying, y'all. In my mind, this is what the hell he in there saying. They won't let court cameras in there. From my understanding, federal cases, they do not allow cameras in the courtroom. So really, we just kind of got to rely on those who are privy to be in the courtroom to come out and give us a report. Hey, Tanae. Hello. What's going on? Just trying to follow all this madness with P. Diddy and court and all of this. This is his third request for bail. It'll be his first request with this judge. This judge just got placed on the case. So the first two judge was like, hell to the no. We don't know how this judge is going to feel, but he's like, listen, I'm gonna ask what they say, a closed mouth don't get fed, So he's like, listen, I'm about to ask anyway. Listen. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna sue y'all too. Y'all seen that? I saw yesterday that Diddy is planning. Y'all look at Gloria back there. Gloria like, Your Honor, keep his ass up in there. Listen, she made sure she was up in there showing her face. She said, he need to stay his ass up in there. He need to stay up in there, Your Honor. But I saw yesterday that he's saying he wants to sue the feds, y'all. I said, what? Y'all, he said, listen, he trying to y'all want to throw a charge on me here. I want to throw one on y'all. I want to sue y'all. So he's right now, he feels that the feds, they're behind the release of that footage of with him assaulting Cassie at the hotel. I think that was maybe in 2015. He feels that they're behind the leakage of that footage, like the prosecution side. I guess the feds, that's who he's up against. He feels like they purposefully released that footage. Apparently, I guess that footage got released after they raided his two homes. So he feels like, I guess that footage was, in the arsenal at the crib. And he was like, listen, it wasn't out there before y'all came up in here. So from my understanding, he's suing because he feels like they were the ones who leaked it. So I don't know. That's the latest I heard. Child. Also, these folks out here asking about, y'all remember he had adopted the little white girl? Folks asking questions. Where's the little white girl at? Where is she? They're asking questions. Justin Bieber's name has heavily been thrown out there. I came across an article that says Justin Bieber is in a hard place mentally following Sean Diddy Combs' arrest. So word on the curb is that he's not really doing good. I think he got a new baby that's here. So it's like, he's just getting, I guess, hit all upside the head with all these questions and things pertaining to his experience with Diddy. It's just crazy. It's crazy right now for a lot of people. But I just happen to be someone who feel like, listen, he need to go and stay up in there until the verdict comes back on whether or not he's guilty or innocent. If he's innocent, okay, go ahead, let him go and move on with life. But if he is guilty, I think he needs to just stay in there. I don't know. I just think it's best, because from what I've been hearing is that even though he's locked up, he's still.
Why not? Bail pending criminal prosecution is mandatory. It's mandatory. You can't deprive the person of bail because you have a right to be convicted before you can be subjected to the penalties of a crime. You can't have the punishment before the conviction. Due process mandates bail or release pending conviction.
Who the hell is this? This one of the lawyers?
Are you connected to the case?
Listen, my name is Ari and I'm a paralegal. The United States Constitution mandates no one subjected to the penalties of a crime without a conviction. Therefore, it's mandatory that Mr. Coons be released pending a conviction. Also, to try to say that he may have tampered with witnesses, etc. There's no evidence that he did this subsequent to being charged. To try to say that he presents a flight risk and everything like that, there's no evidence that he ever sought to evade prosecution. It's called prevention. You can't do that. You can't say punish a person for something they might do. They can only punish a person for something they have done. So the law mandates that he be released pending his trial, and that any deprivation constitutes a fundamental deprivation or violation of due process of law.
Thank you.
Let's see, Randy. I'm not sure. Go ahead, try.
Who that man, Harpo? These folks out here shook. They like, now who the fuck? Who are you? Who are you? I'm like, okay, I know they say Diddy didn't form a dream team. And I knew one of the attorneys was like a black guy who's supposed to be a really good lawyer, but I'm like, I don't think that's him. This man just came out goddamn talking. We don't know if that was a goddamn janitor, the bailiff. He think gonna say I'm the paralegal. Lord, and a minute though, is he drunk, high, or both? We like, who, what? Sir. Kathleen said 15 minutes of fame. Listen, folks just get in where they fit in. He stopped to have my damn moment. No, I am not an attorney. I am a paralegal. Put some respect on my title. Paralegals save lives. Paralegals save lives. Lord Jesus. Woo. Next. Oh my goodness. Kathleen said, where are his fans? Listen, that's what a mama want to know. Mama Combs want to know where the hell the fans are. Where Jay-Z, Beyonce, where are you? Kanye, where are you? Where 50 Cent at? Where 50 Cent at? Y'all, he seemed to have all the damn answers. Y'all know, I heard he's supposed to be doing a documentary on him. Where's 50 Cent? Where is he? That's who we want to hear from. Where is 50? Y'all could have kept the paralegal. Where is 50? I want to hear what 50 got to say. Oh my goodness, y'all. Y'all just, you never know what you're going to get when you go live. All I did was hit the live button, y'all. I promise that's all I did was hit the live button. Glory Allred didn't even come out saying nothing. This man came out just talking, ain't saying nothing about who the hell he is, where he from. He like, what? He wasn't even talking in front of like the microphone. He just yelling. Like, what the hell? Kathleen said they are all hiding, leaving the country. Well, I think Diddy need to stay locked up because I think if he had opportunity, he'd try to be right on over there with Russell Simmons. And but we're Russ, Molly, we're Russell. Y'all were Russell 11 years ago. We probably won't ever see Russell back over here. Russell got the hell on. He said that was a benefit of having $1 billion. Amanda says they are all remaining good silent for now, but in words of the few Fugees, you can run, but you can't hide. We gonna find you. Yes, we are gonna find you. I'm just waiting for like more names and stuff and indictments and stuff to be coming out. Okay. Let's see who's walking out. These are the children. Mama Combs.
Can you speak at the microphones?
They look disappointed.
You love your son. Counselor, you're going to talk?
Back to the cell. Back to the cell. Judging by them long faces, it's back to the cell. They say this is a new judge, so it was predicted that he would probably deny bail just to kind of err on precaution because he's a newer judge. I think they said, I don't know if in either 22 or 23 he was appointed by President Biden. So he's a newer judge. Y'all don't ask me that man's name. I can't pronounce it, but I know it's a man. He looks like he's of Indian descent. But it was predicted that he probably would err on the safe side and deny bail.
Speak in the microphones, please. At the microphone.
Can you speak in the microphone?
Yeah, that microphones are over here.
Come on, press, please.
Microphones, guys.
Mics, please.
I don't know. Direct them to the microphones, please.
Everybody back up. Anthony, you could just repeat what you said over there in terms of visually understood.
Yes.
I could never remember what I said.
How's he doing?
Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. Sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get. And so he's making an adjustment. He had his family here today to support him. We really want to put an end to all of the clowning that we see on the internet. This is a serious proceeding with serious consequences, and all of us are addressing it accordingly.
Anthony, is it a racist proceeding, as Mark has said?
Nobody's okay with staying in jail for now. Okay,
Anthony,
thank you very much. That's it for today.
As Mark has said, we continue to believe that.
Even the dream team couldn't even get him bail. Welcome, welcome. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are watching the live hearing. Diddy showed up to court in hopes that he can get granted bail, and it was denied. It was denied. They were like, nope, back to the cell you go. He went before a brand new judge. This is the third judge on this case.
Christian.
The third judge on this case, and the judge has denied bail. So they consider him a flight risk. His children were there as a support. We saw all the children except for Baby Love. Baby Love is the only child I did not see, but I saw all the other children. We saw his mother.
The other lawyer hasn't come out?
The one that I know, the one I gave you the picture of. Did you shoot it going in? Who did you shoot going in?
No, I shot
That guy?
the guy.
Kathleen says, why so many judges you're trying to ask? From my understanding, the change of a judge, the reason why the judge was changed is because of scheduling. So I guess
Hang on, Chris.
it didn't line up with the scheduling for the other judges, so they had to, get another judge. So that's my understanding as to how this third judge came into place. It was just some scheduling conflicts, I guess, with the other judges. So this judge came into place. Diddy's team, they're requesting a speedy trial, so they would like to have a trial as early as next April or May, is what I've learned.
He has more than one.
Blessed up, hello, blessed up. He said, "Wow, the third. I'm glad they're not letting him out. His sickness just caught up with him." I agree. Yes, on my thumbnail, I have a picture of the new judge, the third judge.
Yeah.
Let me see.
But I'm staying up.
The new judge. Let me for today. Let me see if I can.
Dad, you need. Dad, you
See if
want
the
part?
internet has updated some information pertaining to his court.
You'll have everything you need.
See if we see the picture. But yes, I have the picture of the judge on my thumbnail. Let's see, new judge. Hold on. Let's see who this new judge is. The new judge's name is Arun
Christian.
Subramanian. Arun Subramanian. That's the new judge name. I did the best I could with saying his name. But
Christian, I gotta
this is his first time appearing before this judge. Let me see. I'll try to find some information on him, judge. Let's see, who is this judge? Who is this judge? He got an Instagram. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show y'all with who this new judge is that he went before. I found an Instagram pics of him. It's right here. This is the judge that just denied him. Columbia Law School Judge Arun Subramanian. He's class of 04, the first judge of South Asian descent. So he's the same ethnicity as Kamala. The first judge of South Asian descent in Southern District of New York delivered the keynote address to Columbia Law School. So this is him. He said, no, we can't do it. No, it's going to be a no. It's going to be a no. Bless up said, thank you, Judge. It was predicted that the judge was probably going to err on precaution and be like, we're going to go ahead and keep him in. Hell, I guess he like, shit, the two before me who been doing it longer than me said no. So let me go ahead and not F up out the gate and just follow suit because the first two said no. Hey, Thomasina said, hey, Sheik, I was waiting to say hello. Hey, hello. Grown judge, yes. So the judge was like, no, we think it's best that he stays in jail while we work through this. So maybe later we'll be able to maybe learn the details from reporters who were perhaps in there to learn details as to what went down inside of the courtroom, because they're not allowing cameras in there. And from my understanding, federal cases, they do not allow for cameras to be in there. So we have to just wait for, reporters and things to provide us with update. So let me see. What is this? Respectfully. Okay, so let's switch over to this article I just came across. that was posted about 30 minutes ago. This is an article that was posted like 30 minutes ago. P. Diddy trial date set as prosecutors claim more charges might be on the way. A court date for Sean P. Diddy Combs after his arrest is set for May 5th, 2025. So that's the next court date. The judge respected the requested trial date, which was suggested by defense attorneys originally in the joint discovery status update filed by both legal counsels obtained by the Mirror. They emphasized Diddy's right to a speedy trial. So we're looking at about 6 months out. In court, prosecutors reportedly told the judge that there might be more charges on the horizon. Currently, the rapper is facing charges of conspiracy, racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The grand jury continues to consider additional charges as prosecutors say another sex worker was alleged. Another sex worker with alleged connections to Diddy cooperated with authorities. So apparently there is someone who is cooperating with authorities. During the upcoming months, prosecutors will be preparing their case against the music mogul, exploring different avenues of evidence, including digital material and totaling several terabytes. Prosecutors told the defense that they were working on sifting through the potential evidence they wrote. The government informed the defense that it expected to produce the remainder of discovery, including electronic information seized from devices and cloud accounts belonging to other individuals on a rolling basis by the end of the year. Diddy's lawyers reminded prosecutors that the timely production of these materials is critical to Mr. Combs' ability to prepare his defense. They're asking prosecutors to be mindful of their discovery time, asking the court to require the government to immediately produce certain categories of information. So basically what I've learned is that P. Diddy's attorneys are wanting to know what type of evidence the state or the feds are planning to bring against him. So therefore they can go ahead and plan accordingly to argue against whatever evidence that they plan to try to bring. So they're like, the quicker the state, or I keep saying the state, the feds, the prosecutors can bring forth whatever evidence that they feel like they have, the sooner they can bring that forth, the more time that his team has to try to like fight those charges, to combat that, come up with ways to, I guess, justify or whatever, make sense of whatever it is that the feds are saying that he's I guess what they are saying that he was guilty of doing that was wrong or against the law or whatever. So they're like, listen, let us know as soon as you know. And they're asking the courts to enforce that. Time is of the essence. Let's see. During the court proceedings, the defense also requested a gag order to be replaced on the U.S. government after alleging federal officials leaked information to the press during their investigation. In a court document, the defense alleged that there has been a steady stream of false and prejudicial statements made by the DHS agents to various press outlets over the last 7 months. They claim that investigators shared information to the press which affected the public's opinion on the rapper, thus tainting the grand jury and potential trial jurors with bias. The defense does not point fingers towards the U.S. attorneys, but does raise red flags in regards to the Department of Homeland Security, who took lead on the investigation, including a brutal raid on Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles mansions. However, the defense did take another issue with the attorneys, noting that they informed the prosecutors of their suspicions in regards to the DHS. Yet, regardless of what, if any, action the U.S. Attorney's Office took, the leaks continued even until after the arrest they wrote. So Diddy's attorneys are like, listen, government, they against us. They want, they don't want this man to have a fair trial. they're doing all they can to have the public form a negative opinion of our client. So yes, so from my understanding, there's a lawsuit. Diddy is planning, I don't know if he's done it yet. He's planning to file a lawsuit against the feds. Ciao. Hey Sue, she said, hey, she can chat. So I'm late as usual. YouTube not giving me notifications for my favorites. Nonetheless, I am here and present. Welcome, child. I hear that's a thing, but I'm glad you made it. Thomasina said it's only about $60 for a cheap flight to New York. I want to go to the Diddy's trial, even if I got to sit outside. Yes, like I'm wondering, outside of like, the press, as far as with content creators and things like that, if any of our big favorite content creators will be out there, will be able to be present or get a seat in the courtroom to hear the details of what's going on. That's kind of been a question I've had, because, child, we want to know. And since there's no cameras allowed in there, we have to wait every day. Whenever the trial goes on, we have to wait until, after it ends for the day or in between breaks and things for someone to come out and to,
hear what happened in that courtroom, her observation. That states our position. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, let me switch over.
I want to leave all you guys hanging, and I wanted to say at least that I wasn't going to say. So that's all I'm going to say and not say. Thank you all. I hope that gives you what you need, but I'm not going to say anything that I haven't said in court and that I haven't said in my court papers. So you all have a nice day, and thank you very much.
How is he doing?
Monster. I saw your bullshit motion. It's full of social media. It's bullshit. Fugazi. I saw your whole motion. You put it together with ChatGPT. Your client is a monster and a predator. We're going to keep our foot on his neck. He's never getting out of prison. Tell him Gilmore said that.
Oh, not Gilmore.
Lisa, give this to Dan.
It's intense. Thomasina, you said you want to be outside. That's what the action at, huh? Gilmore outside. Gilmore said, tell Diddy I said he need to keep his ass up in there. Where he belongs. And the streets are a much better place while he's in there. That's what Gilmore said. Oh, Lord Jesus. Ooh, it's going down in the streets of New York today on this good Thursday at 3:31 p.m. Yeah. So I think, as they said, his next court date is in May. Was that May 5th? I think it said.
2 doors down from the court.
Bless us, says, speak the truth, Gilmore. I'm with you, love. Listen, Gilmore said, if you tell your client, y'all think that attorney gonna go back and relay that message? He should. Gilmore said, I need to see who Gilmore is. I need to put the camera on him. Who is Gilmore? That's who we need to know. So there's that. So yes, trial denied. Rightfully so by many. But as I was, preparing for this live, I came across this article focusing on Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber in hard place mentally following Sean Diddy Combs' arrest. Y'all think Justin Bieber here for P. Diddy getting out on bail? Amanda, you said May 5th. That's moons away. Yeah, when you locked up, it sure is. And that's considered a speedy early trial. But yes, that's next year, almost halfway through next year. Y'all think Justin Bieber's got a poster talking about free Diddy? Let me see. Turn the sound off. Let's get into this article. So this was, let me see. When was this article? This is an updated. Okay, it's dated today, October 10th. Following the escalating essay allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, scrutiny has turned to the rap mogul's past connections with various celebrities, including Justin Bieber. The pop star has remained largely out of the limelight since Diddy's homes were raided in March and his subsequent arrest in September. However, recent clips and photos of the duo have resurfaced online, reigniting discussions about their enigmatic friendship and drawing significant media attention once again. So listen, the Biebs can't get away from it. Like, I think he been trying to duck, bob and weave and duck, but he can't get away from it. So here's a post someone made on X. These videos of Justin Bieber with Sean Combs, aka Diddy Combs, aka P. Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, aka the Diddler, just got a lot weirder. So let me see. Let's see if it'll let us play it. Hopefully ain't no music. Let's see if it'll let us play. Let's see.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you
Hold on, let me see. Because it went to another. It went to another tab. Hold on, let me share my screen to the tab it went. It was a video that I clicked on. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, we'll get the front shot.
Man.
Minute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seatbelt.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
16.
No,
16.
Slow down. Let's slow down, Josh.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go get some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
Yeah. So that's just, you know, footage that's been coming back up. Let me see. Let me go back to that other screen I was on. But it's like, you know, now a lot of these, you know, these things we'd seen before over the years, but you didn't really think anything of it. So as different things been coming out pertaining to Diddy and the relationships he's had with people, you know, when you reflect back on moments that you may have seen, it's just kind of hits differently now. So New York Post wrote in a resurfaced clip from an interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Diddy said he wanted a teen Justin Bieber to keep what took place during their hangouts under wrap. So Let's see.
When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
The Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
So there you go. So just hearing that, it has people kind of giving the side eye on like, well, what does he mean by that? Because that was the second time, he talked about things that they do not being able to be discussed. So here's another post that says, further evidence that Sean Diddy Combs is a pedophile essay abuser. He targeted and manipulated Justin Bieber when Bieber was a minor. I know for a fact there are many, many more victims who Diddy and other men in the music industry he's connected to preyed upon very young. Let me see. Let me go to another screen because it opened up more text. Okay. So this is what we're looking at. Let me go back. So let's see. I know for a fact there are many, many more victims who Diddy and other men in the music industry he's connected to preyed upon very young performers just getting started in the music industry. The music industry, record labels, executives, PR management teams, and goons hired by powerful music insiders protect the powerful sexual predators in the music industry. When the victims come forward to report about the essay they've endured, the predator unleashed their fan base groupies and paid goons to smear, threaten, and terrorize and destroy the victims. The wealthy sexual predator entertainers use their wealth to silence the victims in court, in the media, and in the entertainment industry. So here are different pictures right here. So this post was made by someone named St. James Heartline. Yeah. Let me jump back over to that article I was on. So I got a lot of good information. Let's get back. Amid the swirling speculation, Justin Bieber is reportedly struggling to process the scandal involving his former mentor, Sean Diddy Combs. According to a source speaking to US Weekly, Bieber feels completely disgusted by the situation and desires to distance himself from Combs. While he's been advised to maintain a safe distance from anything associated with the rapper, Bieber is also focused on protecting himself during this challenging time as he navigates a hard place mentally. He has such a history with Diddy, and the allegations against him have been hard to process. His happiness being a dad has outweighed his anxiety about Diddy, the source continued. It is worth mentioning that Justin Bieber embraced fatherhood. He welcomed his first child, a son, with wife Hailey Bieber in August. As fans are aware, Justin Bieber was mentored by the CEO of Bad Boy Records, Sean Diddy Combs, and even signed with his label, which marked the beginning of their friendship. With speculation intensifying, some believe that Bieber may have been one of Combs' victims, while others allege that he could have attended the rapper's notorious freak-off parties. In September this year, Combs was arrested after being accused of racketeering and sex trafficking in SA. Federal prosecutors claimed that the hip-hop star hosted freak-off parties where women were lured and coerced into indulging in sexual performances. The parties were allegedly recorded, allowing the rapper to blackmail his victims. Despite pleading not guilty to the charges, Combs remained in custody at the Brooklyn Detention Center as he awaits trial. So, as we see in this picture right here, these are people who, have been known to, associate themselves with Diddy. As we watch today, Diddy was denied bail for the third time. For the third time, he has been denied bail. They're like, no, we'd rather you stay put for the time being at least. Stay put for the time being at least. What are your thoughts, y'all? You know, I haven't seen Justin Bieber any glimpses of him since all of this. You know, I've been seeing his name, you know, across the internet, but I haven't seen him. I can just only imagine what he may be going through, just reliving a lot of things as things are coming out. I'm sure he's probably anxious and nervous about specifics in regards to just the things he endured coming out, because just being a male, I would imagine, you know, a heterosexual male, the last thing they will want is for people to learn that they partake in or they participated in what are you going to say, things with other men. You know, a lot of times, you know, that's like a masculine man's like worst nightmare. You know, if they're living their life as a masculine, you know, heterosexual male, the idea of like someone alleging that they had any type of sexual encounters with another male is just kind of like crazy, for like they just can't even imagine. And especially with, you know, someone where maybe it happened when they were a minor and didn't have the complete control to be able to reject the person, or they did some things out of fear. It's just all kinds of thoughts that I can only imagine that's going on in this man's head. Now he's a father as well. So then you're in protective mode. You're wanting to make sure that your children are protected. And here's the thing, as we listened to in the video, you know, Puffy said that Usher is the one who brought Justin Bieber to him. And there's been a lot of allegations, you know, that Puffy also, P. Diddy also essayed Usher, you know. So the thing is, okay, if that happened, why would Usher bring a child to Diddy? So it's just a lot of things just kind of going around, a lot of allegations. What I look forward to is just the truth coming out as far as in the legal documents, to where it's no longer allegations or rumors or things like that. I just look forward to just as everything unfolds, because clearly there's going to be a trial as long as Puffy continues to have breath in his lungs. I'm prayerful that he will, you know, stay alive and get through this trial, because I feel like that's the only way we'll really hear all the details. Because look what happened to Epstein. It's like once he allegedly kind of got all, you know, left us, then it's like all the information kind of left too. So everything is still like this big mystery, even when it comes to him, as far as with who is linked to him, the list of people who was going to his islands. Like it still remains like this water cooler conversation where it's just rumors, allegations, conspiracies, all of that, because he didn't stand trial for like everything to kind of come out in discovery and to be discussed. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen with P. Diddy, and that everything goes well as far as with, you know, him staying alive, so he can sit through trial and we can kind of hear all the details pertaining to anything associated with him. Another thing that I am happy about is that I've been seeing on like large outlets where people inquiring about the adoptive girl that he had, you know, y'all remember the little white girl that he had adopted. Let me see if I can bring her up. But I saw a legal channel that I follow asking questions about her. Let me see what I can find. Adopted daughter. So I saw a legal channel asking questions about her. Let me see if I can.
Yes,
So I'm gonna share my screen with this legal channel that I follow, and I was happy to see that they were like asking questions about her. So I like to follow this legal channel, Law and Crime Sidebar.
news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you.
Another strange video of Sean Combs is getting attention, this time involving a young girl. Was it just a silly quarantine video made during the pandemic, or Could there be something more sinister going on? We're going to discuss it all with a former prosecutor right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So we have been trying to do our best to react to everything you're reacting to when it comes to the Sean Diddy Combs saga. There's so much out there. What's true? What's not? What's relevant? What's not? And right now, there is somebody who has been in the spotlight quite a bit. This teenager has been thrust back into the spotlight. This comes after an old video of her and Sean Combs has recently gone viral again. And you may have heard of her, Ava Baroni. She was part of a video and a live stream that was posted to the rapper's Instagram account back in 2020. And now that the 54-year-old is behind bars in New York on federal charges, concerned fans remember this very odd interaction. So with that, and we're going to go over it, I want to talk about this more with former prosecutor Ava Sullivan, who is back with us here in studio on Sidebar since the last time I saw you. We got this plant. A lot has changed. Good to see you once again. Thanks for coming back.
Lovely plant.
Great plant. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't.
It's not really.
I knocked it over. I don't think so. Okay, so first, can I start? Because the last time we had you on, I think we were talking about Jennifer Lopez. Generally speaking, before we even talk about Ava Baroni, do you think it's fair that we're going back, or people are going back and looking at everything Sean Combs has ever said, every interview he's ever done, any kind of interaction he had with anybody that's been caught on camera? Is that fair? I mean, on one hand, for me, I look at it and I say, look what he's facing. Look at these charges. What else could he be hit with? And maybe everything's relevant. But on another hand, is it just too much speculation? What do you think?
I think it's totally fair. There's a judge in an unrelated case, and one of the things he said is, what you put to the public belongs to the public, and what you keep for yourself private belongs only to you.
Thank you for joining. Please, everyone, make sure you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. So Ava Baroni, that was the little white girl that Diddy had adopted, I think during the pandemic, sometime around that time. I didn't know that he had allegedly adopted this little girl until like probably after Cassie's lawsuit hit. I didn't know of this little girl's existence, but some people remember, you know, the live that he did where he was introducing her to the world and saying that he adopted her. So that's when I came to learn of her. So it's been about a year since I've learned of her existence. But a lot of people have been asking, like, where is she? People have not seen her. So I'm glad I saw this show and they were kind of asking these questions, because I hadn't seen really mainstream really asking, like, where is the little girl that he adopted? Like, how does someone's child just disappear and nobody say anything? So I did like that, you know, this big network was like, stopping to ask the questions, because listen, we want to know. So please make sure you like the video, but let's get back to this interview with this woman right here. I'm not quite sure who she is. I think she's a legal expert or something. So let's see what she has to say pertaining to everything going on with Diddy. Fair use.
Whatever P. Diddy put out in the public world is all fair game.
And what goes on the internet lives forever, right?
Stays there forever.
And with that, I want to talk about this. So to be very clear about something, I want to set the stage. Combs, who was once said to be worth nearly $1 billion, this is according to Forbes, he was already facing explosive allegations from multiple civil lawsuits when his homes were raided back in March. And based on the evidence that was collected, including surveillance footage and electronics, plus dozens of witness accounts, the Southern District of New York took the case to a grand jury, and that grand jury indicted Sean Combs on 3 federal counts: racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Basically, they're accusing Combs of using his power, his influence, his wealth, and even violence to force people around him to help facilitate freak-offs, these elaborate and lengthy sexual orgies that were often filmed. Talking about these Sean Combs allegations, theories kind of sends a shiver down your spine. So can I just take a minute to tell you guys about something positive, something that I actually think you're going to really like, the ability to get cash back when you buy gas, groceries, and food. Gallon on your first tank of gas.
Let's tell the story about how I adopted you. But you still have parents that you're my child, also to please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Yeah. Now, according to insiders, this was all a joke. It was streamed during the COVID-19 lockdown, and as everyone was going a little stir crazy, Combs has said in the video that he had gotten permission from Ava's mom to legally adopt her, but to be clear, that never really happened. Ava Baroni apparently was good friends with the twin daughters that Combs had with Kim Porter, Delilah, and Jessie. Kim was reportedly good friends with Ava's parents, so she was around all the time. She was often photographed with the twins. Now, Ava has been quiet on social media recently, apparently even removing her Instagram. And for what it's worth, the username at one point was Ava Baroni Combs. So Ava, talking about Ava, even when this was posted in 2020, people thought it was kind of awkward and weird, but obviously, given all of the allegations, people are looking at this in a different light. What do you make of the video?
There's a lot of interesting things that may come out of it, and people may want to come out of it, but right now, it's a non-story. Right now, all you have is an independently wealthy individual who goes on TV 2020 saying, I adopted this daughter. Whether or not he adopted Ava or didn't, we don't really know. We know that adoption records are sealed, especially in California and New York. And typically, the only people that have access to them are the adoptee, the biological parents, and the people who adopted the child. So we may never know if it's really the situation that he adopted her.
Do you all believe he really adopted her? Now I'm starting to think he never really did adopt her. I think I'm thinking he probably helped out her family financially, threw him a few dollars or whatever. But from a legal aspect, I don't think that he legally adopted this child, because again, if he did legally adopt her, there's the paper trail. And again, if she suddenly disappears, like, he's the person that they would be naturally looking for. Like, okay, this child isn't in school. We don't have records. So I'm now thinking that there wasn't like legal paperwork where he adopted her, and her being a child, she probably didn't know. She just knew what they said, like, oh, he adopted you. But I don't know. I don't feel like he truly adopted her now. Like, I don't think so. To me, it doesn't make sense if he did, and how she can just disappear like that and no one asks questions. Like, I don't think it was ever really legit like that. It was just him just putting that out there. But you all let me know in the comments. You all think that he adopted this lady? And this is my first time actually seeing her as a bigger lady. I don't know how old she is in this picture, but this is my first time seeing this picture of her. I'd only seen what she looked like, when he first, presented her to the world on the video that we watched. She looked like she maybe was about 11 or 12. On this picture, she looks like she's maybe around 17, 18 years old, like a possibly young adult. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. Do you all think he really adopted this woman, or, adopted? I think she's probably a woman now, a young lady now, but do you think he adopted her when she was a young girl?
Or what comes out of it? But I think the interesting thing is the potential of what could come. We know that P. Diddy had 7 kids. One of them he actually really did adopt, Quincy. And there's a lot of questions about, did these kids attend the party? If Ava was his adopted daughter, whether real or not, was she treated like a child? And what are the implications with her being treated like P. Diddy's other kids?
So you're saying she could potentially be a witness for the government if she observed any of this criminal conduct. That's something that we're thinking about.
Yeah, she could, but right now we don't have any evidence to suggest that.
Now, to be clear, no one has suggested, the government hasn't suggested, none of these civil lawsuits have suggested that she has any role in anything that he's accused of. But it is a fair question to ask. The fact that she deleted her social media, could that be that she maybe is getting so much unwanted attention now? Or could it be that she is speaking with prosecutors?
We don't know. We know that.
But it could be a possibility.
It could be a possibility, sure. And I think as we wait and see how the case unfolds, if she is speaking with prosecutors, I'm sure that she's going to have a spotlight and we're going to hear a lot of information.
But would it be common for someone who is speaking with the government, cooperating in a case, to delete their social media, and for what purpose?
You could delete your social media, yeah, but you know, everything's case by case. The prosecutors may tell her, like, don't post anything.
Right.
But to delete may just be she's trying to distance herself from everything.
The larger question is, of course, the big elephant in the room, is in multiple lawsuits. And by the way, there was a Texas lawyer who has come out and says that he plans to file over 100 lawsuits on behalf of multiple alleged sexual assault victims of Sean Combs, 25 of which will say that they were abused by Combs when they were minors. One even says 9 years old. So when those allegations come out, and although he isn't criminally charged yet, I should say, criminally charged with respect to minors, people look at this video of Ava Baroni and him kissing her on the cheek and being around her and say, could she potentially be a victim? Now, this is purely allegations at this point, right? Because there's nothing to suggest that whatsoever. Again, he hasn't been criminally charged with respect to anything to do with minors, but that is part of the conversation. Could she, in fact, be a victim? What do you take away from that?
She could, but right now, based off of the facts we have, it's a non-story with Ava.
Yeah. Now, according to the New York Post, Ava's parents are keeping their distance from Combs, and you can see at the bottom of the video that Combs is pushing viewers to donate to his virtual dance-a-thon that Combs had created, the fundraiser to raise money for healthcare workers and other essential people who had to work during lockdown. On April 11th, by the way, of 2020, Combs actually joined with his ex, Jennifer Lopez, for the Instagram Live. They ended up raising almost $4 million for direct relief, with Ciroc Vodka kicking off the fundraiser with a $1 million donation. So you're kind of seeing there was other things put around it. So if you were representing Ava Baroni right now, is there should she put out a statement if she's trying to live her life and she's getting this attention? What are her rights?
I think she should stay silent.
Yeah.
She shouldn't put out a statement or anything, especially if she's working with prosecutors. We don't want a situation, again, like we spoke last time with J-Lo, it comes back to the same thing. You don't want cannon fodder for a cross-examination. So if I was her counsel, I'd say, work with prosecutors, lay low, keep a low profile. And the thing about putting out a statement, that's really dicey because the internet has a forever memory. It's always going to remember what you put out there. And I'm sure the prosecutors right now are combing the internet for anything that they can use to help build their case.
Could that video be used at a trial, and for what purpose?
I think that video doesn't show anything illegal that's taking place. But let's say there is a video that shows something illegal, or a photograph. Like, let's say, for example, P. Diddy's notorious parties. If you had a picture of a celebrity like Jay-Z at one of the parties, that could be used in the sense that it creates a treasure trove for prosecutors to get information. They could look at that photo and they could say, okay, we know illegal things were happening at these parties, so let's get a search warrant. And the way that it works in a recent unrelated case, the government argued that they're able to get search warrants for an innocent third party to be able to search their property where they have probable cause that there's a crime. So what would that mean if, let's say, there's a photo of a celebrity at one of P. Diddy's parties where we know crimes were taking place? Well, they would get the search warrant and they'd say, you know what? I want to get into, let's say, Facebook. The photo is placed on Facebook. I want to get all their photos now and see what comes out of it. Now, the interesting thing about that is, let's say it's Jay-Z, he could get his photos, and they don't even necessarily need to tell him that they're getting it from Facebook. They just get it.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I guess one of the things that I've been thinking of as well is, let's say, for example, you had minor children who were around these illegal, coerced, drug-fueled freak-offs, but they weren't a part of it, but they were there. They were present. I could see that being a form of child endangerment. And the reason I say that is when you look at the racketeering conspiracy charge that he faces, there are a number of underlying crimes that they're saying proves that he was the head of this criminal organization that was engaged in illegal activity. Bribery, arson, kidnapping. Now, he's not specifically charged with those crimes, and some of them are even state charges, right? But could you throw a child endangerment charge in there and say that's another example of this racketeering criminal enterprise? So if you have evidence of children being at these freak-offs, not participating, could that support a child endangerment-like charge for the racketeering case? Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. I think it could. What are the elements of child endangerment? If you acted in a way that endangered the well-being of a child, right. Having them at a party, let's say there's drugs everywhere, right. That could very well endanger, especially a 9-year-old. You don't want a 9-year-old doing cocaine. And if it's readily available, yeah, I think it could definitely bring that into question.
Now, to be clear, this isn't the first time that a video of Combs with a teenager has gone viral since all of these allegations of sexual assault and abuse were leveled against the rapper. There has been a lot of speculation in recent months that some of Combs' former proteges, in particular Usher and Justin Bieber, that they may have been victims of Combs' alleged bad behavior. Usher, he spent a year with Combs in the 90s in New York when he was 13, 14 years old. It's been called Puffy Camp. 2009, and then 15-year-old Justin Bieber spent a couple of days at the music mogul's mansion. Videos of the 48 Hours with Diddy were posted on YouTube. In 2011, Combs and Justin appeared together on Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC, and Combs raved about the young singer, referring to him as a little brother in the music industry. Kimmel then makes a comment about Combs buying a Bentley for his son, and then suggested that maybe Combs would buy Justin a car too.
When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he got access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
And then he went on to say that everything ain't for everybody. So, if I look at that, again, going back to how much do we take away from videos like that, strange videos with Justin Bieber, strange videos of him saying, you don't talk about what's happening. Now that could be just a wild party, a wild experience, or that could be something illegal. What do you take away from that?
They're all treasure troves. They may not within themselves lead to a particular bit of evidence, but it could be enough to get a warrant for probable cause, and then you start seizing things. You could do a search warrant for Twitter, TikTok, and see what develops out of that.
I want to ask you one more question as we talk about this. So Sean Combs is not charged currently with anything to do with minors, nothing about solicitation of minors, even though those, as I said, those were allegations in other lawsuits, even though Tony Busby, this Texas attorney, says that he's going to plan to file multiple lawsuits where many of these accusers say that they were minors when they were abused. The government, some would say the government had to move as quickly as possible to try to prosecute Sean Combs, to arrest him, because if you really think he's a danger, then you got to get him arrested immediately and locked up before he can commit any more crimes. The other way of saying it is prosecutors could have built their case until they were ready to hit him with everything they can. The question I have is, A, do you think, in light of everything I just said, there is going to be a superseding indictment where he could face charges with respect to minors? And why wasn't that brought already as part of the original indictment?
I'm going to answer your questions in reverse.
Okay.
So why wasn't it brought already? Probably because they didn't have enough evidence for it. If they had enough evidence initially when they brought the indictment, they would have charged it. Now, with the class action we have of the 120 individuals, 20 of them we know were minors at the time of the allegations, that maybe out of it comes enough information to bring another indictment against him. And if they do get that information, then they will.
So we're in a very flexible, fluid situation to see what happens with Sean Combs. And again, I think it's important to address what even might be a minor video, because people are talking about it, and to see if it has any relevance and what might come from it. And the fact that Ava Brony has remained silent, completely understand. Not surprising given the situation and the allegations against Sean Combs, but you know, look, we wish her the best. We wish her and her family the best, because it's probably not an easy time with a spotlight being put on her. Ava Sullivan, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
So that was an interview in regards to the missing adoptive white girl, Ava Baroni, that a lot of people kind of haven't seen in a really long time. But I just came across, let me share something else. See if you all kind of seen this before. Let me take myself off the screen. So I came across this and I thought this was quite interesting. So this is from page 6. This is published today, October 10, 2024. Sean Diddy Combs appears to check Justin Bieber for a wire in resurfaced video. Paranoia. So let me know if you all had seen this before, because this is news to me, but let's get into this article. An old clip of Sean Diddy Combs patting down Justin Bieber in what appears to be an attempt to check the pop star for a police wire has gone viral following the rapper's arrest for federal sex crimes. The video, believed to have been taken sometime in 2021, shows Combs wearing a pink hoodie from Bieber's clothing line Drew and walking up to the Peaches singer to greet him along a black SUV. It is unclear why they were being recorded, but the camera then pans to show the Bad Boy Records founder's back, and he appears to ask Bieber a question, prompting the latter to shake his head no. So looks like he's doing the pat down, patting his chest down. Combs then proceeds to tap the ghost crooner, who was dressed in all black outfit and a brown cap, on his chest area over his shirt. He first lightly touches him with his knuckles and then with the palm of his hand. At the end of the video, the hip-hop mogul whispers into Bieber's ear before walking away as the former teen idol gets back into his vehicle and tells the I Need a Girl singer, "Love you." Paranoia, one person commented on X after seeing the clip of the pat down, while another added, trying to play it safe, nothing more. However, others questioned that theory, with one social media user writing via X, if you were going to check someone to wear a wire, you would have it done by one of your security people when they arrive, not when you are departing from their presence. Not when you are departing from their presence are they departing from yours. This is a bunk idea. So fans speculated that a wire check may have taken place in that video, because it was revealed earlier this year that Combs had indeed been investigated by the feds, although it is unclear when the probe started. In March, the Department of Homeland Security and other law enforcement agencies raided the Bad Boy for Life rapper's mansion in both Miami and Los Angeles. The page 14 indictment released in September, feds disclosed in a 14-page indictment released in September, feds disclosed some of the evidence they obtained from the properties, including 1,000 bottles of lubricant and 3 AR-15s. Combs, 54, was charged shortly thereafter with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. An attorney in Texas since claimed that John founder sexually assaulted 25 minors, including an individual who was 9 years old at the time the crime allegedly occurred. Combs has denied wrongdoing and is awaiting trial behind bars at a notorious Brooklyn, New York jail. So here are pictures with Combs and Bieber. Here's one right here. Bieber looking like he just out of it. Look at his eyes. He got something in the system. I don't know, y'all. Bieber, meanwhile, has been said to be completely disgusted by the allegations. Justin is in a hard place mentally. Look at his face. He looks like he's struggling to me. It's just a sad situation. Let me get into some of these comments. Welcome, everyone. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Sue says, unfortunately, if she's a runaway for deviance, Diddy, those are types that victims they really get excited about. Sue says, rumor has it she's in pictures with Kim. Amanda says, just glad she's still alive and never adopted her legally. Sue says, when I first saw that picture of Diddy hugging her, what creeped me out aside from that was all the males surrounding her too. Amanda says, it's true. It's normally boys, not girls. Sue said, when I first saw the picture of Puff hugging her, it creeped me out aside from that and males around her and hovering in an intimidating manner. Amanda says, Sue, that's what I said, like a pack of wolves. Sue said, the look on Puff's face is one of arrogance. You can't touch me, head tilted and nose turned up, and one of superiority. Amanda says, I've been following this for ages now. Sue says, definitely a pat down. Definitely a pat down. Amanda says, in Diddy's own words, whatever he wants, he will get and have one way or another by any means. He is a true narcissist. Tony said, too much touching for me. It is sus. Yeah. Like, look at that. Justin Bieber just looks uncomfortable. Like, look at the look on his face. Like, he just doesn't feel comfortable at all. Where is Usher with all this? Have y'all heard from Usher? Have y'all heard anything where he was showing support at all for Diddy? Like, he's been quiet. He's been quiet. And especially the fact that, you know, Diddy, Usher is responsible for the start of the relationship between Bieber and Diddy. He brought, you know, Usher brought Bieber to Diddy. Why was that? People always, you know, I've heard people speculate or wonder, did he bring Bieber to Diddy to kind of remove himself from the equation? Like, okay, I'm done. I'm a grown man now. Here's someone else. Here you go. Like, do you all think that, you know, it was his way of just, you know, a trade-off? Like, you know, Diddy been like, listen, we gonna be doing this until you bring me somebody else, because, and so Usher brought him Justin Bieber. I don't know, because it's like, why would you bring a kid to a man who allegedly abused you? Like, it's crazy. And then I've seen and I've heard Usher say on record, I think it was to Howard Stern, when Howard Stern asked him about being at Diddy's house and the Diddy camp and would he allow his children to go there, and Usher was like, oh, hell no. So you're saying, no, you wouldn't allow your kids to go there for, he didn't specify specific reasons, but you took somebody else's child there. Took someone else's child there. Now, granted, he did take someone else's child there before he became a father, but still, like, why would you take someone to a predator? You know, someone who you know abused you. Like, why would you even want to even do that? So these are just the questions. So a lot, this all goes into why I look forward to the discovery and names coming out, people testifying, more indictments, like all of that. I want to hear more from Cassie, Justin Bieber. Like, I want them to subpoena everybody, make everybody come to the stand and talk. If you got footage with them on it, listen, you bring everybody in, because I think that is what it's going to take in order to bring him down. It's going to take for people to talk. I don't see him being brought down happening in any other way. I think it's going to take for people to cooperate. You know, I think some of it is going to take for people to cooperate. But I definitely feel like he's going to get jail time. I don't know how much. I've heard discussions today with different legal professionals talk about as far as, you know, what they think, you know, as far as what the punishment may be or how long. One attorney was like, no, I don't think it'll be a life sentence. It's really not a life sentence type of case. But I do see him doing maybe like 15 years. And y'all know Fed time is day for day. So these are federal charges. So it's no getting out early on good behavior and all of that we've seen before. This is like, okay, if we say 15 years, then it's 15 years. So, but, you know, this attorney I was listening speak, not sure if it was on this Law and Crime Network earlier, but I'd be all over the place kind of researching things. But it was an attorney's like, nah, I don't feel like it'd be life sentence, but I feel like 15 years is due. And I think he's Puffy probably about 54, 55. So That's putting him at around 70 by the time he get out, like 70 years old. Excuse me. And I learned today, his mother, she was born in like 1940. So she's like, I think the math was 84. I think she's like 84 years old. So I didn't realize, Janice Combs, his mom was, that old. So yeah, she's definitely an older lady. And clearly, her life has been, her livelihood and everything is dependent upon, her son. She ain't got no job. So she needs him around and his money, his resources, and all of that for survival. And I feel like, most of his children as well, like, even though some they're young adults, but we really don't see any of them other than Quincy really doing anything as far as a career with earning his own money. I feel like, all the other kids pretty much depend on Puppy for their survival, for their livelihood. So it's a lot of reasons for that family to want him out. It's a lot of reasons for them to want him out. So I don't know. It's these next 6 months. What I said, they said May, October, November, January, March, April, May. So about 7 months out. So I think what they said, May 5th or something around that time. So we got about a good 7 months before he goes back to court. And when we read that, it didn't actually say that that's when the trial or anything was going to start. It just said like, that's just the next time he's due back to court. So we don't really know exactly what's going to take place, when on his next court appearance. That's the thing. And I'm sure in the meantime, we'll hear about different things coming out pertaining to this case. I'm sure we're not done hearing about lawsuits. I'm sure there are going to be more lawsuits to come. I'm sure we're going to be hearing about more reports as it pertains to Diddy's experience being locked up. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's another request for bail between now and May, because that's a long time from now. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like another request for that. So yeah, I think that, he has, they say when he's formed like a dream team. Let's see who are these attorneys, because I know he has a lot of pretty heavy hitter P. Diddy attorneys. I see he has some heavy hitter attorneys on his team, men, women, black, white. So listen, he like, okay, y'all said I need a woman attorney. Okay, we got a woman. Y'all said I need some black. Yeah, I need a black attorney. I got a black. Like he made sure that he had all boxes checked. So let me see if I can maybe find a list, if it'll tell us who his attorneys are. If it'll, let me see, attorneys, dream team. Let me see. Peace. Let's see. Okay, so let me share my screen. TMZ has something talking about his legal team. So let's see what TMZ has to say. So TMZ says Diddy assembles legal dream team for new bail attempt. Could third time be a charm? Y'all, we already know the outcome of that, but let's just see what they say in regards to his legal team. Diddy is once again trying to get himself released on bond 2 weeks after he was released, and we're told he's building a powerful legal team to try to make it happen. Y'all, it wasn't powerful enough. New court documents show the rap mogul's lawyer filed an appeal, the most recent order denying him bond. The appeal will be his third formal attempt to secure his release from behind bars as he awaits trial. Sources close to Diddy tells TMZ the rapper has 2 more attorneys, Anthony Rico and Alexandra Shapiro. I have to the legal team working on his highly publicized criminal case. For those wondering, Alexandra is not related to famed defense attorney Robert Shapiro. We're told Tony is known as one of the finest trial lawyers in the country, and Alexandra has been called one of the best appellate lawyers practicing today. Sounds like Diddy is building his own dream team of sorts. So, yeah, TMZ broke the story. Diddy was arrested by federal agents in the Midtown Manhattan at the Park Hyatt New York Hotel on September 16th and was arraigned the next day in court, where he was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, transportation to engage in prostitution. So these are pictures of the firearms that was taken from his home during the raid. Diddy has been denied bail, despite the A-lister's attorney promising Diddy would put up a $50 million bail packages and have no female visitors outside of family if the court allowed for him to reside in his Miami home pending trial. So even with him putting up $50 million in bail and agreeing to have no female visitors outside of family, he still was denied bail. They were like, no. And what got me is him saying, I won't be near women. Sir, you got men, women, cat. You got some of everything. Everybody's saying that you done something to them. So with him saying he won't be around women, that to me wasn't saying really a whole lot. It wasn't saying a whole lot. Hey, Yvonne McGowan, welcome. That wasn't saying a whole lot at all. Amanda says he sure did that. The herpes he got, no one probably wanted Usher after the outbreak. So Usher married now. He married, got a couple of more kids. So hell, somebody done signed up for it, I guess, for a check. You said everything. Listen, Amanda said everything but animals. And we don't even know. Remember, we ain't even gone through all the paperwork. So who knows? Who knows what we have not heard yet? But yes, so while he talking about he'll stay away from women, sir, you need to stay away from the men's too, because according from that, the latest lawsuits with the attorney, the male attorney, I can't think of his name right now. I think his last name was Busby or something like that. He said it were like over an additional 100 and plus people they're supposed to be filing suit against him and alleging SA, and had it's like half and half women, half men. So, with him saying he'll, the Busby, Mr. Busby, yeah. So it's not just women that he need to stay away from. He needs to stay away from everybody. He need to be, how the kids, that teacher tell you, okay, just sit on your hands. That you can't just stop touching stuff. You just sit there and sit on your hands. That's basically what Diddy need to do. He need to just sit down and just sit on his hands. Yeah, just that way everybody protected. Sue says that money has to be dwindling. He's paying out, but nothing coming in unless his powerful friends are behind the scenes giving him continual funding in exchange for not outing them. The last I had checked, he was worth $800 million. And that was after, I think, the payout. I think he was at probably like around the billion before he had to start, before he paid out Cassie. But the last I rechecked, it's been a little while ago. Let me see if we can still see what his net worth is. It was like 800 million then. So let's see what it shows, what his net worth right now is, because if he's worth 800 million, he should be good on his own, still with his own legal fees. Right now it's showing he's worth around 400 million. So, yeah, just in 2019, he was at 740. So it is dwindling down. It is dwindling down. So I think right now he should be good on handling his own legal fees, but, we'll see. As far as what people trying to give them, you think maybe people doing silent donations and hoping that, they sending silent donations to Janice Combs, buying her new wigs and stuff and getting her hair, getting her nails painted white and toes done as a good faith gesture, low key, to show support so she can relay the message that she good, that certain people are taking care of her, so therefore he won't mention their names. Who knows who knows? It sounds like anybody who was associated with them, it would behoove them to try to be in his good graces if they don't want if their name coming up. But here's the thing. If the police have footage, like camera footage and all of that, of just the indiscretions, regardless of what P. Diddy say, if it's on footage, if it's on VHS, whatever, DVD, child, whatever, it don't matter what Puffy say if it's on the tapes. So they can be trying to give up their money to pay, the hush money all day long. But if they're on camera, they're on footage, then it is what it is. They don't really have to rely on P. Diddy necessarily saying certain things, because if they got it on tape, then there you go. But I'm sure a lot of people, out there who had their lives intertwined with his at some point and participated with foolishness with him, they don't know. A lot of them probably didn't even know they were on tape when certain things were being recorded. So now that they are learning that this man had been secretly recording people, they're like spooked, like, oh my God. Oh my God, am I on his tapes? I've been over there plenty of time. They're saying he got these tapes, because what we're finding out is that a lot of people weren't aware that they were being taped. And even with this tape, the surface that's out there now, what people are saying with this mystery person, they were saying it looks as though it's a chance that that person, this is the tape I'm talking about, where people, like, they're saying it's being shopped around with A-list, like a big celebrity in there, someone who's probably like bigger than Puffy. There was I think a female attorney talking about it, and she said it looked as though it's possible that that person didn't even know that they were even being recorded. So, how many people out there who know that they have been in, what's the word, compromising positions with this man? How many of those people are now wondering, like, oh my Lord, like, did he record us? Like, they're saying he has all these tapes. I remember when I was at his house on such and such date for such and such party or event. Was he recording us? He never talked to me about recording, or I asked him specifically if there's any tapes, and he said no. So I'm sure now people are just questioning like everything. They are questioning everything. Like, people are running, like, ain't nobody damn talking right now, y'all, because everybody praying to their higher Lord, doing their seances, getting they beads out and they candles out, praying to all the gods that their face isn't on anything, that their name don't come up on anything. Like, everybody is just, it's just radio silence. Yes. Sue says she new wigs for Mama. Yes, y'all know when y'all ever seen Mama without a wig? Mama keeps a wig. Yes, new wigs for Mama. Because we ain't never seen that woman without no damn blonde wig. New wigs for Mama. Amanda said all his money should have been seized as his dirty blood. Yeah, I'm wondering if, I think since he got a RICO charge, I would imagine that his assets are frozen right now. So I would think they are. Sue says, oh, they're in a panic. They need to be. Yvonne McGowan said Tisa Tell showed last week that he was no longer a millionaire. Child, this man, he ain't no thousandaire. Is he, y'all? Some of y'all might be, Diddy might need a loan from some of y'all now. He might be like, listen, let me hold something from your 401k. Let me hold something. I promise you I'll make you famous after I beat these charges. I promise. What, you want to be a model? I'm going to make you a model. You want to be a rapper? Okay, I'm going to make you a rapper. Listen. Whatever you want, this man gonna tell you, he gonna make it happen, because he is the man to make things happen. Listen, Lord Jesus, let me find out he a thousandaire. Lord Jesus. If he a thousandaire, then hell, it ain't no more legal money. So yes, them damn donations to mama's wigs and stuff. Like I said, Mama gonna have to start recycling them wigs and using some of them wigs that she just gonna have to hand wash them, let them air dry them. Beat them across her lap, throw them over the shower. But it ain't no more money to keep replenishing these wigs. This money needs to go towards her son legal, the legal team. They, somebody got to pay him. So we start seeing if them wigs start looking a little suspect, a little questionable, if they ain't kind of got the bounce that they used to have. They ain't got that bend, that curl that it once had. Listen, y'all don't be laughing at that lady. She 80-some years old. She got to reuse that hair. Y'all know, listen, she got to reuse that hair. She need to learn. You got Temu and Amazon got wigs. She might have to explore those options. I know she used to the custom wigs, but we're in new days now. We are in new days. Everybody ain't got wig money like that. So she got to utilize her resources. She got grandbabies, some granddaughters. Usually a lot of times girls know how to do hair. Maybe one of them 3 girls, Delilah, Jessie, Chance, somebody can hook her up. Somebody can put do a press and curl or something. She gonna have to utilize her resources because it ain't gonna always be money to get her hair done. It is what it is. It is what it is. Everybody gonna have to learn to live on a budget. You seen the twins had cornrows. Grandmama might need to get some cornrows to listen. Ain't no more money for all that extra ish. It ain't no more money. We gonna be watching and see over this next 7 months if we seeing folks looking real different. If we seeing repeat of hairstyles and repeat of outfits, we pay attention, y'all. Pay attention because his situation is having a domino effect. It's impacted everybody. It ain't gonna be no money like that to be paying on habits and stuff like that. Getting fixes. So some folks that might got a habit maybe end up getting off their habit because there ain't no more money to support the habit. So pay attention, y'all, to the kids, how everybody looking, how everybody's showing up, the amount of posts that they make. Y'all better pay attention because y'all should start seeing people looking real different. Sue said, so the girls will have corn, but not no rolls. Okay, damn, Sue. Listen, the rolls got to come later. You can get the corn, the rolls come later. You got to emphasize, listen, what they call them kitchen do. You're gonna have to get you a kitchen do. You got to get you a kitchen do. You got to get you a kitchen do. You seen Chance had her hair, just her natural hair, just in a ponytail. She didn't have no curls. She didn't have no silk press. She didn't have no hookup with no Marcellus curling iron. She didn't have none of that. Chance just had her hair in a damn regular ponytail. Y'all seen that? Chance got out the car with a ponytail. It looked like the heat, the humidity, everything had already hit that. It was no style. So she's already, feeling it. The twins had the cornrows. Y'all know, you put your bonnet on and you cover your hair at night with them braids and cornrows. So that's going to preserve it to lay down the flyaways. So the twins are learning how to protect and to preserve the braids. You get you that oil sheen and you put that bonnet on it. You gotta seal in the moisture. They gonna have to tell grandmama. So therefore she know how to preserve. So she know how to preserve her hookups too. They gonna have to teach her that listen, I ain't got Diddy money. So all this shit that I'm telling y'all, I know. They gonna come to know too. They are gonna damn come to know too. Bless Up said he might have money for them to put on his commissary. I don't know, because depends on who responsible for putting the money on, because if mama feeling in need, like she overdue for a massage, she gonna be like, shit, he'll be all right. My nerves bad. I'm about to take this money and go get me a massage. I don't know. It's just gonna come down to who finna do right by him with this money, because it's gonna be hard to come by with this money. So folks gonna be thinking hard, like, damn, do I want to go put this money on his books, or do I want to go put this money over here? Because you remember when R. Kelly was locked up, them young girls that was running around like sister wives, remember they was fighting. Remember we saw videos of them fighting, tussling and stuff, because one of the wives wanted to act up. She had her freedom. She wanted to stay out. She tried to live her best life with the money. The other wife, sister wife, like, no, we got to follow the rules. So it's just going to come down to which one is going to be the one that's going to be trying to kind of look out for him, because everybody else might be like, shit, he all right. They got food in there. If his ass don't want him, he going to damn starve to death. But I don't know. It's going to be real different. This family going to be moving real different. I promise you. Y'all pay attention. Suze, listen. Suze, I love you too. I'm just calling it like I see it. It's going to be real different for this family. It's going to be real different for everybody. Let's see how long it takes before we start seeing the folks getting jobs. Let's see how long we see before we start hearing them twins. Them twins got jobs. They working somewhere. Whether they trying to model some clothes, some shoes, some purses, but they're seniors. From my understanding, they're seniors in high school. They should be turning 18 in December. So they're going to be grown. So their Chance, she graduated in like June, or her birthday was in June. So she's 18 already. So everybody's an adult, just about, except for Baby Love. So that means everybody can go out there and make a life for themselves. They're going to have to listen, bless up. They got to step up. Everybody got to step up and carry their weight. Everybody got to step up and carry their weight. There's no more rich money from daddy. Everybody got to get a job. Everybody, y'all pay attention. Everybody got to get a job. Grandma finna be pushing for everybody to get a job, because she gonna be like, listen, y'all know I'm old. I can't go out and work nobody job. So I'm gonna need y'all to stand up and step up while y'all daddy away. I need for y'all to go out there and get a job. I need for y'all to get a job. Y'all can, put y'all money together, but y'all need to take care of me, because y'all know I'm old. Y'all know I like to keep my hair done. Y'all know what I like. And my son knew what I like. So now it's on you to keep that going. It's on you to keep it going. Sue says big changes to come. Oh, well, join the working class like us. That's what I'm saying. That's what grandma finna tell them. Grandma ass ain't finna do it. Grandma finna tell them babies, y'all need to join the working class. Your daddy done all this shit for you all your life. Now it's your turn to step up. Everybody go pick a hustle. Everybody go pick a hustle. Bless up. Yes, Sheik, that. But listen, everybody go pick a hustle. Get you a hustle. Amanda says, Grandma, I live off her pension. Grandma ain't got no goddamn pension. Grandma ain't work nobody goddamn job. So word on the curb is she used to be on the stroll, and they don't have no retirement plans on the stroll. So her retirement plan was her son, which is why she entertained all his damn shenanigans. So again, grandbabies, grandmama needs to be taken care of. I assure y'all, things are going to be very different for this family. Look, listen out, see what type of different things that we start to see the children become a part of. Jobs, when you see them getting jobs, you already know what it's about. They got to step up. The twins basically, literally, you're going to have to grow up overnight. Everybody is growing up overnight. There's no more money. Everybody, listen, Sue says that part on the stroll. Ain't no retirement plan on the stroll. Ain't no retirement plan on the stroll. So that's where the grandbabies come in there at. So grandma like, listen, goddamn it. I brought your daddy in this world. So because it started with me, for y'all to have this lifestyle. So I need for y'all to go out there and do what you need to do so we can maintain. Baby Love, you hear me? Y'all listen, she gonna be giving Baby Love the same message. Baby Love gonna be looking up at her with her sippy cup, trying to figure out what the hell she talking about. Baby Love, this mean you too, Baby Love. You too, Baby Love. Everybody got to get a job. Everybody got to get a job. Everybody got to get a job. But watch, y'all sit back. Y'all know I'm gonna be watching. Y'all be watching too. We gonna be talking about it, but we gonna see how the Combs kids, how they gonna start to move differently, how things gonna look real different in that family. Listen, bless up. Listen, Baby Love. You don't think she gonna be looking at Baby Love? Baby Love gonna be looking at her all cockeyed like, what the hell you talking about, black grandmama? I'm going to my Asian grandmama. You talking crazy. You talking crazy. Y'all know Baby Love ain't gonna know shit about that, because she be like, wait a damn minute. First of all, I'm just partial one of y'all. Because y'all know she biracial. She gonna like, F what you heard. I don't know what you talking about. Y'all, Baby Love gonna be the one. I think she gonna be the one the most best off out of everybody, y'all, because she's just a baby. So she ain't gonna remember none of this. She just gonna have pictures. Baby Love just gonna have, listen, Baby Love just gonna have pictures. Them other ones gonna hate the fact that they finna remember everything. They finna remember the good, the bad, the ugly. Amanda said, who is the mom to Baby Love? Let me see. Let me see if I can find her. I don't know her name. Baby Love. Let me see if we can find her mother. Let me see if we can find Baby Love mama. Okay, so let me share my screen. I just did a quick search on her. I think she's from California. Okay. So Dana Tran. So this is Dana Tran. That's Baby Love's mom. So y'all know Baby Love ain't finna be about that struggle life. Baby Love life, shit. I don't know who you talking about trying to get. Baby Love said, I'm good. I got my other side of the family. This Baby Love, y'all. This Baby Love mama right here. This was her right here. That's Baby Love mama. Sue says, Baby Love, I'm cute. I ain't that good enough to get by. Listen, she finna find out. Baby Love finna find out. Baby Love finna find out. Baby Love finna be she finna be leaning in on her Asian side. You know, with folks who be biracial and they can pass for other stuff, shit. Baby Love might mess around and drop combs from that. Listen, Baby Love gonna make life work. I wouldn't be surprised if Baby Love that combs, depending on how all this pan out. Baby Love last name might get changed to Tran. What mama last name is? Tran, Dana Tran. Baby Love name might get changed to Tran Love. Because one thing I see with them, they gonna make sure that they ain't gonna live a struggle life. So listen, she passing. Them other ones, that's they got daddy face. That's Diddy all day long. But Baby Love, she got that Asian side, so she gonna be able to lean into that. When it comes to just trying to navigate in society and get around, the cloud or anything negatively associated with Diddy. I feel like, she'll be the only one really that will be able to pass, because everybody else, they're so big. Like, they got grown people faces, all the other kids, they got grown men and women faces. So it ain't no hide. They literally gonna just have to have surgery to hide, who they are. But Baby Love, she don't have those strong features like that. She's biracial. So really, she's one of those, she just looks racially ambiguous. So, that's just going to be up for conversation if someone want to go into what her ethnicity is. But you're not going to just look at her and be like, oh, you must be Combs' daughter. You're not getting that out of Baby Love. No, you're not. You're not. And yes, you're not going to get that out of her. Bless Up says, I would definitely change her name. My baby wouldn't be attracted to that monster. Right. I definitely feel like her name, based on how everything turns out, I truly feel like that Combs name is going to get dropped. She'll pick up her mother's name. Yeah. That's what I believe. I feel like she's going to pick up her mother's name. And just even since she's been here for, I don't know, 2 years old now? Like, her features, she's still changing a lot. So what she look like now, child, she ain't finna have the same face as a teenager or a young adult. She's gonna look completely different. So I think she's gonna have it the easiest out of all the children first. I think she'll have it the easiest. Amanda says, exactly, protect the innocent, precious baby by all costs. I feel like her mom will. Her Asian side, they're going to want to protect her. They're not going to want that negative cloud and all of that, because Baby Love's mom isn't like a famous person. So it's not like she can just walk the streets going to mall and people just know who she was. I wouldn't know this lady from a can of paint, to be honest. So I think, that's the benefit that she has and the baby will have. So I think that they will definitely be able to go under the radar. And I think they will, based off of how everything turns out. If he's found guilty, oh, for sure. And I do not see an outcome being any other way if he goes to trial. Like, he's definitely. So it's just a matter of, like, with the other children, how their lives are now going to be impacted. Sue said, she questioned, what mental traits do you feel Puffy exhibits? I definitely think he's a narcissist. I think he's a narcissist. What else I would say? I would imagine he probably deals with anxiety, paranoia, just because of a lot of the things that he's done. So he doesn't, I can imagine he doesn't trust very easy. So he thinks everybody's kind of out to get him. So a lot of things I feel like he probably deals with is centered around personality type disorders, like things associated with the personality. I wouldn't even be surprised if he suffers from certain things, from PTSD, from things that he has experienced. So it's a number of things, but mostly centered around like personality type disorders, things on personality. But heavy narcissistic disorder, definitely heavy narcissistic, like, yeah, for sure. Yvonne McGowan says her mother is an IT tech, so her mama know about working a regular life. From my understanding is when she got pregnant, she was married. This woman, for the story I had heard, is with this woman, when she got married, she was married. Well, I mean, sorry, when she got pregnant by P. Diddy, she was a married woman and she got pregnant. And then I think she ended up getting a divorce. And in my understanding, he met her. I think she lives in like San Diego or something like that. But yes, I had heard that she was in IT. So this was, a regular working woman, smart woman. So I think, yeah, she's going to do whatever she can to make sure that her child is good. I think, with or without Diddy money, this child is going to be okay because, the mother was just a regular working woman. She probably don't work now, but she still has her skills. So if she had to go back to work, I'm sure it would be no problem. And I'm sure with her being in IT, she has degrees. So we're dealing with, I would just say, an educated woman, not a dumb woman when it comes to knowledge and things. I think this is a very smart woman. So I don't think we have to worry about, her child at all. Like, Baby Love is going to be good. Like I said, I believe Baby Love's going to fare out better than the other ones. Also, the other children are accustomed to the life of luxury and Hollywood and all that. Baby Love, she's just a baby. So it's not like she's accustomed, say, from a memory standpoint, to any certain type of lifestyle. So a transition from living a lifestyle that Diddy can provide to living a lifestyle that just her mom can provide, I think that's going to be a very easy, smooth transition. Sue said, wasn't too smart to get involved with Puffy. No, not at all. But when I say smarts, I'm more so looking at it from skills. Like, you have a lot of women, let's just say they'll get involved with a man and they don't have any skills. So all they have, like, they feel like they can't make a living for themselves. They can't support themselves. So they have to be dependent upon a man on whatever he does for them or gives to them in order to just survive. This is not that type of woman. So from a common sense perspective, no, this woman, no, we gonna arguably, no, she not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But from a book sense, from a skill set, oh, I'm not going to sleep on her because she has skills, which means that she'll be able to support herself without feeling like destitute, like, oh my God, he's locked up. What am I going to do? Because a lot of women wound up in situations like that where they can't think. Like, it's like, oh, I got to stay and endure this. Like right now we're reviewing the book, Breaking Cycles, Rose Miller's mother's book, about her survival of DV. And she was in a relationship with a man who provided for her like 100%. This woman had like no resources, nothing, no family, no nothing. So she just stayed and endured whatever type of abuse that Rose Miller's father did. The abuse that she suffered it because she felt like, I don't have anything else. That is not the situation with this woman right here. This woman, if she wants to be with him, she can, but it's not like, okay, she ain't got no resume where she can't go and move around and do something else to earn money and to earn a good living. So I think that's what makes her different there with just a lot of women who get caught up with just no good men. Unfortunately, a lot of women just be in relationships out of for financial reasons because they don't have any skills. Yeah, they say hell they can't do nothing for them. They feel like I don't have anything else that I'm able to do. So I just have to stay because like I'm gonna be on the soup line. I'm gonna be homeless. And that's a bad place to be in. I just wouldn't want anyone to be in a bad situation because they feel like they don't have the financial means to move around and to do something else. That's just not what you want. That's not what you want. And that's what a lot of women find themselves in, the situation they find themselves in far too often. And more often than not, when there's abuse, the women, when you ask them, why'd you stay? One of the top reasons as to why they stay is for financial reasons. Yep. Financial reasons. That's why I'm big on just women just having skills, having your education, just learning or knowing how to do as much as you can to be able to take care of yourself, because you don't want to be in a situation where you feel like you got to endure just abuse just because of for a dime or a dollar. Like, who wants that? I don't want that for you, your children. Like, that's just not what you want. And you don't want that. You don't want to show that to your children. That's an example. Like if you got daughters, they feel like, oh, well, this is what you do in order to get a man to take care of you, to buy you purses and to buy you shoes. You got to endure this. Like, child, like that is the message. That is the message that it gives when women just endure abuse for like materialistic things. So it sends the message to those impressionable that, wow, like this is what it takes. This is what everybody does who wants nice things. It's the sacrifice. This is what you do. Like I watched mommy do it. Grandma did it. Auntie did it. My best friend's mom did it. This is what you do. And no, it's not what you do. But this is the message that it sends when we see women be in these toxic situations for money and resources. And again, back to the book with Janarda Jacobson, Rose Miller's mother, and even taking it to Kim Porter, Kim's Lost Words. I did a book live book reading on her story on this actual channel. This is my backup channel. She speaks on it. Check out that. But there are parallels to even Janarda Jacobson's story and Kim Porter's story. And what that is, what I see that's the similarities is that both women were codependent on men who had more than them, who had resources. Both women felt like they didn't have like nowhere to turn to. Both women felt destitute. Both women felt like their self-esteem was like in the gutter. Both women didn't recognize how beautiful they were. Both women didn't recognize their worth, their value. And listen, one situation was a woman with a man with $1 billion, Kim Porter, and one situation was with a woman that's just living just the regular everyday life. So what I see is that when it comes to abuse, it doesn't have anything to do with the economic status as far as like, oh, abuse only happens at the hand of rich men, or abuse only happens at the hands of a broke man. No, it has nothing to do with the financial means of the person. This goes to the character of the person. And then in deeper, when you talk about the character of the person, this goes back to the mindset of the person, the mentals of the person. So someone asked, well, what do you think's going on with P. Diddy? There's so much that can be going on with him. There's so much. And I haven't really sat and really studied him a lot to pick up behaviors, but the ones that stands out the most to me is the narcissistic disorder. I definitely see that. I can see him being paranoid. He comes off to me as somebody who will smother you because he understands that people aren't genuinely around him because they love him. He knows that. This man knows that people are only around him out of necessity and out of survival. He knows all of this. He knows these things, but he doesn't care because as long as he knows that he has what people want, the money and the resources, he don't care why they're around. His thing is, oh, well, they're around. I don't care. So what? I don't care. So what? But deep down, he does care. He does care. He's still that little boy on the inside that does care, that wants to be loved and protected, but he knows that that's not what he gets. So he settles for what he gets. And if it's out of his fear and intimidation, then so be it. long as somebody's around him. He comes off to me as someone to where when he is out, his kids, like he constantly want them to be around him. Like he don't want them to go and do their own thing and have their own lives. That's why I think the adult ones, the boys, ain't really got shit popping for themselves, because he don't want them to be that independent like that, to where they feel like, you know what, I can go out here and do it myself. I don't need you for survival. No, 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 no. He wants people to feel like they need him. It's the power. That's what makes him feel loved and special, because he feels like without any of this shit, I'm nothing. Nobody wants me. So I gotta flex. I gotta show my kids that, well, without me, you're not gonna have success. You're not gonna be able to have this lifestyle. You're not gonna be able to have that. So therefore, what he does, from what I see, is that it's like he sabotages things in people's lives. So therefore, they believe that the only how they can have a win or have any level of success is if it's at his hands, if he's in control. And it's very sad. And these people, because he's done this for years and years and years, it's mental. As I say, mental abuse is far worse than physical abuse, because the physical bruises can heal. But when you got somebody mental, when you got them in a head, when you got them in a chokehold mentally, physically, like mentally and emotionally, that man can still be locked up right now and still have complete control over everybody. Regardless, he can still look. When R. Kelly was locked up, remember the two sister wives, one of them was like, hell shit, I'm about to live my best life. He locked up. The other one was still on code. Daddy, she ain't doing right. She coming home late. She getting in the money. Daddy, what I'm supposed to do? You see the difference? One of them still had the hold as though he was physically there. The other one's like, shit, bet. Daddy locked up. I'm outside, y'all. I'm outside. And she went outside. So it's again back to, remember Kanye said people got pissed off when he was like, people are enslaved because they want to be enslaved, because it's a mental thing. It is a mental. It's not physical. It's the mental. And this man understands that. This man Puffy was a smart man. He understood the importance of getting hold of somebody mentally. This is something that he learned early on in life, that he was taught by somebody. Somebody taught him this. You get him in the mentals. Therefore, you can control them from anywhere in the world. Think about women, like people who be in abusive relationships, even though when they man leave the house, go to work, and they ass is still sitting there, and they still there waiting for his goddamn ass to come home. Think about like anybody, some of you who may have been in abusive relationships and you physically had times, many a moments where you were away from your abuser, but you still did everything that your abuser instructed for or demanded that you do, even though he was gone. And you had ample of time to pack your ish, get your kids, and get the fuck on, but you still didn't, because of the mental hold. It's the mental hold, to where the control, he had already instilled that fear, the control, to where no matter where he was at, you knew to stay on code and continue to do whatever the hell it is or was that he told you to do. That's what it is. This is a sick person. He got a lot going on, but the thing about it is that because he was able to do this with his children, these children are going to do it to other people. You see, it's the cycle. It's going to be done because it was done onto him. He's going to do it to other people. The kids are going to do it to other people. That's why I say the one who's got the best chance is the baby. She's just a baby, so there's no habits. She's still at a clean slate. I doubt her mother would get caught up with another man like P. Diddy. No, this woman probably gonna get back with another Asian man. This little girl probably gonna be raised with an Asian stepfather. It ain't gonna be nobody like her biological daughter, and then that man's probably going to end up adopting her. She'll get a new last name. Whoever her mom's next husband will be, that man will likely probably adopt the baby. Watch, but she's not going to go through life as a Combs, because it's not going to do her any favors. It's not going to, it's not going to happen. So Puffy and these kids, and particularly these boys, we got how many sons we got? We got 3 sons. Out of 3 sons, we probably good for at least 2 of them giving off that same toxic energy that he gives off to people in their relationships. A good 2. Out of 3, a good 2. And then with the girls, A lot of times girls will hook up with people that are like their fathers. So with the girls, it's very likely that they will hook up with men who are controlling just like their dad. It's likely that they may hook up with men who are very much older than them. Because remember, I said the money's gone. So these girls are used to being taken care of and provided for. So they're going to need somebody to come along who's going to have some money. Y'all remember when Kamora Lee's daughter was out there running around with that senior citizen? And remember there was a video going out where when she was saying, you know, Daddy, when she would talk to Russell on the phone and she would ask him for money and stuff. And she had joked and said, well, I'm going to get me a sugar daddy or whatever. Next thing you know, sis got her a sugar daddy. She got her a sugar daddy. So that's what happens when they get accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And when daddy is no longer there, able to provide that lifestyle or refuses, whatever the reason is, that child, that girl will go out and find someone else to replace her daddy's money to get that money. Y'all watch. Y'all pay attention. So we got, outside of baby love, we got 3 girls that we about to be looking at, those twins, and we got Chance. Pay attention and see, as they're getting older over these years, the type of men that you hear that they are connected to. More than likely, they're going to be older men. It's going to be older men that you're going to hear about them being linked to. Y'all remember them damn Olsen twins? One of them, I think, husband was old as hell. Remember the Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen? Remember? It's going to watch. Y'all going to see it. They're going to hook up with people whose money is comparable to their dad's, because they're accustomed to a certain lifestyle. It's just, Blessed Up said, by the grace of God, they choose the right path. I pray that they are disgusted with him, and I don't want to be anything like him. I think right now they're not feeling that way, but it's a matter of probably time as they get older and mature. And right now, I think there's a lot of denial going on because they already don't have their mother. So the idea of not having, you feel like, okay, who else do I have? I just got this one parent. But I think over time, and especially too, when they choose to, I feel like some of them are going to choose to want to go out, and get counseling and stuff like that. I think through counseling, they'll get to a place to where they come to accept the reality of things and accept the reality that their father isn't locked away for no reason. Because what they say is phases. It's, you go through the denial. There's phases. You go through you go through the denial, then like you're angry and you're sad. Like it's all these stages, like the way they say, like the stages of grief. They're going to go through all of that. So it's going to take some time, but eventually they're going to get to a point to where they're going to acknowledge what is. And then I feel like when that time comes, they're going to confront him, through conversation, when they talk with him while he's locked up. But right now I feel like it's a heavy case of denial. Yeah. It's a heavy case, but at the same time, it's understandable because, one of the parents is no longer here and they just got the one surviving parent. So to me, it's understandable for them to not want to to believe that their surviving parent is the one who's behind the death of the parent who's no longer here, or the surviving parent was capable of doing such heinous things. Like, who wants to think that way about their parent? Someone whose DNA is running through you. Like, that's just not something that the average person is just going to be just quick to just accept. It's just going to be a lot of like denial, I feel like, before they get to that point where they're like, you know what? Here's the evidence. I'm ready to see it. Oh my God, I'm ready to take it in like that day. But the girls, they're all still young. They're babies, but it can be years before they get that way. So then here comes the thing. Some of them may write books, do interviews. Some of them, I feel like out of he got 5, 6 kids, some of them, a good 2 of them, I think some of them going to tell their story one day. It's not going to be anytime soon, but eventually they're going to, some will be ready to talk and tell their story. I think there's going to be a couple of them that write books. I think really, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be the twins. I don't know. I feel like we're going to hear from the twins first, where I feel like they'll be the first to kind of accept the truth of things before the boys, before Christian. I can see Christian being, a rider to the point to where he just takes it to his grave. Like, no, he refused to believe his daddy is anything other than what he wants to believe his dad is. But I think the girls, the twins, will come around first. And I think they'll tell their story. It's likely it'll be in a book, and I think people are going to be here for it. But yeah, I don't think it'll be anytime soon. It'll be like years down the line, maybe after they've maybe married, had kids. Amanda says they should all talk out of respect for their mom, Kim. Yeah, they should, but he's their father also. So that's another thing. Right now, it's like they're honoring respect for the parent who's still here, which is their dad. And that's why I feel like they're in denial. But for most people, the denial stage, it doesn't last forever. I don't feel like it'll last forever for most of the kids. But I feel like the girls will come around before the boys. I feel like the twins will come around before Christian. I can see Christian taking it to his grave with believing that his daddy is just innocent of everything, just being in denial. Because I feel like he partakes in a lot of things that his daddy participated in, and in his mind, he doesn't feel like any of the things that they do is wrong because his daddy has rationalized to him why the things they do is cool. So to him, it's like, there's nothing wrong with this. This is what people with money do. This is what everyone does. So why my dad got to go to jail? This is what all the people with money do. Like, this is what their mindset is. Whereas I think the boys were exposed to far more than say the girls. That's why I think the girls are going to come around more before the boys, because, I think the boys were exposed to definitely more things than the girls. The girls have seen some stuff too, but not on the level as the boys, I believe. Amanda says all loyalties are off when it comes to a parent like him. Yeah, you would think, but children, a child's love child. Amanda says because he is daddy's son. That's why. Yeah, he's his daddy's son. Yeah. That's why I see him forever, right? I see him getting to the point. I see Christian maybe even getting to a point to not even probably have a relationship with the twins if the twins finally wake up and start accepting the reality of things. I see him being the type to be in denial to where he doesn't even want to talk with them if they think that way. I also see Christian being one to struggle in life with like substance addictions and things like that, because he's going to be struggling to cope, just the reality, him just not wanting to cope with the reality of things. So I see him having the harder life probably of all the children. And I see baby Love having the easier life of all the children. But I think the girls are going to struggle too. I think they're going to definitely, they're going to struggle, and we're going to all hear about it. We'll hear about it. We'll see it. We'll read about it in the tabloids. Amanda says, like father, like son, he groomed them also. So that way of thinking and doing. Yep. Amanda says, Sheik, did you see Christian face when he came out of the court? His face said it all. Yes, I did. I saw all of their face. They all looked long face, but definitely I did. That's how I know, these kids, they're still in denial. And then they also know, like daddy, remember I said that he's purposely kept them very near. He didn't, Christian is, I think he's like 26 or something like that. Like, he's kept these kids also very close, like they're small, not really allowing for them to really have that space to really grow and to be independent, to where I feel like without their father being out, a lot of them, they don't really know what to do. Is because it's almost like, when you grow up, you leave your parent, you leave the nest and you fly and you do your own thing. They did not do that. The only one who may have halfway did it was Quincy, and he ain't even done it probably as much as he could have. but he's done it more than the others because we see him working. So we see him earning his own little check. But we don't see Justin or Christian doing nothing on their own. We do not see them working, making money on their own. Anytime you're seeing them, it's something affiliated with their father. So they're very dependent on that man. So the idea of him not being out telling them what to do, where to go, how to eat, like they like, what the fuck, what are we supposed to do? Because they weren't raised to think independently on their own. They were raised to follow his lead. And when you raise your children, you raise them to be able to think on their own, to make decisions. That's not what he did with them. That's not what he did with them. Man, to say he looked the most shook, the one. Yeah, he looked mad, upset. He looked like he was probably, once they got somewhere, he was going to be probably throwing chairs and kicking stuff. I bet you he looked like, to me, like he probably got anger issues. Yeah. He looks like he's the one that's the most challenged mentally, emotionally, psychologically, indulge in things to help him cope. Like he looks like he's the one who struggles the hardest. And from what I hear, he has been struggling very hard because he looks like his daddy walk on water. So I don't see the reality of the situation for him taking place anytime soon. He is definitely his daddy's child, because just like his daddy in denial about all the stuff he done and why he locked up where he should be, Christian is in denial too about it. It is what it is. I see it. And that's the one that looked just like him. That's his twin. So, I mean, it is what it is. Only thing that we can do is just lift the family up in prayer as far as like the children, and hope that, that they come out on top, meaning that regardless of what it was that maybe they was exposed to, somehow they can receive treatment, the necessary psychological treatment to help them navigate through life and work through the traumas, because I'm sure they've experienced a lot of trauma. Like that's the best that we can do at this point. It's just prayers. There's nothing even Diddy can do for his kids from jail. Like the best prayer, everybody, is just prayers. That's it. The judge have already said, no, you got to go back to your cell. The kids got to pray for strength that, with their dad being a businessman, that there are things that they learned with how to be a boss, to run businesses. Like they got to just lean in on that. That's what they got to do. The times, the moments that they maybe remember that they had with their mother, think about some of the things that she instilled in them. But everybody, it's time to, the girls got to put their big girl panties on. The guys got to put, tighten up their bootstraps. And it's almost like literally like every man for themselves. Like daddy is no longer here. He's not the savior. Daddy can't even save himself. Like daddy is in a situation that he can't even save himself. And the way that he raised them, he gave off the notion as though he's Superman, that he's untouchable. So guess what? The kids went through life believing that. That's why I say the boys, the shit that they seen him do, they didn't really think nothing of it, because he's invincible. He can do this. He's Diddy. He's my daddy. And if he can do it and get away, I can, because he's my daddy. Like this is the mindset they have. So now that he's gone, it's almost like they can't even breathe without him, because they never had life without him, without somebody guiding them, telling them, making moves, making the decision, making things happen for them. Everything, their successes, their wins, it all came because of who their dad was. It wasn't that, oh, by chance it happened. Oh, they rightfully earned certain things. No, it was because of who they were. But now that he's about to be put away, likely for a long time, it's going to be a new day. They are going to struggle. They are definitely going to need counseling. They are definitely going to need counseling. For real, for real. Y'all, them kids going to need counseling. Mama, she in her 80s, so she got a few more minutes that she's still on this earth. But so I feel like, she'll be all right in her final days. But her grandbabies, they are going to struggle. They definitely are going to need counseling. Amanda said, did you see how his daughters were dressed for their Sweet 16? So inappropriate. It was lingerie, not clothing. Yes, I saw that. Yep. That's why I talk about the things that they were exposed to. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I say, I feel like the relationships that we'll see them in, they're going to be with older men. Watch. They're going to be with older men with money. That's whose arms are going to see them on. Older men with money. Yeah. Because they're going to need somebody to replace daddy. They got it, so it's going to be like, what's your money looking like? That's it. Because they don't know nothing about living a regular life that, baby love will be able to live, her mom. They don't know nothing about that. So they're going to need somebody to step in to pull out that wallet and start paying for stuff. These girls don't know about aspiring for a job. Like, they don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. I would be surprised. I want to see if the twins going to go off to college. Because with everything that's going on in their life, I can't even imagine them having the mental space with even trying to go to somebody's college. I don't see it. At least Chan, she still has her mother. The twins aren't going to have their mother or father. So I don't even see how they're going to focus with trying to go to somebody's college. That's why I feel like they career path is going to be hooking up with some man, some older man, and they're going to be some kept woman. And it's going to be somebody who's like older, like noticeably older, where they look like these men kids. Cause they're really small, skinny, petite, they're not super curvy like that. So I feel like, these older men that they get with, it's going to look real crazy because they look like babies, but you'll know that they're at least 18, but they're going to be with these older men. They're going to be with these older men, possibly, getting passed around. Like, listen, I'm just calling it like it is. Y'all remember what happened with Kimora Lee's daughter? We saw it. Kyoko? Or no, is that Aoki? Maybe it was Aoki, the younger daughter. We saw it. I'm just saying, we saw it. We saw it. Bless Up says, God says pride comes before the fall. Diddy is very prideful. Yes, he is. Bless Up said, I thought his daughters were older than their age until you stated their age. Cheek. Wow, is all I can say. Yep, they're seniors in high school. Their birthday's in December. So they're young ladies. They're about to be 18 soon. Amanda says, poor Kim Porter, all her hard work she did raising them right was undone by Diddy power and control. Yep. And Amanda says, and yes, Bless Up, they're sweet 16. I would let my daughter dress like that. And I didn't even have a daughter, only a son. This is what they were exposed to. Bless Up said, hopefully a mature grown up in their family will guide them on the right path. Yes, but like who have we seen them really be around like that? I think from what I hear, they're staying with a friend or something, a friend of Kim's. But yeah, I mean, they're about to be grown. It's going to be too late. Like you guide people when they're kids, like how you raise them. You don't start that process at 18. These are young girls, young women. Like that shit's too late. They're now just going to be who they are. And any change that take place, it ain't going to be influenced by another grown ass woman. It's going to be just through them going through life, experiencing things and concluding that, you know what, this shit right here ain't working. So I'm going to need to try this. It's a hard knock life. Their lessons are going to come through life. They're going to learn it that way. They're going to learn it that way. Just like the rest of us. They're going to learn it that way. Hey, Lamia says, now Diddy can deal with the reality that he's never getting out. Yep, he need to. He better start now. But yeah, the girls, they're going to have to learn life like the rest of us normal people. You don't raise adults. There's nobody right now in their family right now that can come along and try to raise those girls. Like it's too late. They're grown. Their birthday is in December. That's it. That's it. These girls, the rest, whatever they're going to learn, it's going to learn from life. They're going to have to rely on just memories, things that was instilled in them from their mother, because I think when she passed, maybe they was around 12. They got good memories of her. So there was things that I'm sure she taught them that they can reflect back on, but that's what they're going to have. They're just not going to have like that parent like every day to kind of refer back to. Like, you know, when you're going through life and, you know, you call your mama and your dad, like they're not going to have that. They're just not going to have that. They seem to have a good relationship with their brothers. But as we've been hearing, the brothers are on some other kind of stuff. So I don't think that's going to be, you know, all that great. I mean, there'll be a support for one another as to understand what one another's going through. But as far as like somebody positive to make sure you going down the right path and all that, no, I don't think they're going to be getting that from their brothers. I don't think so. I think it's going to be every man for themselves, and everybody going to be struggling in life trying to make it do what it do. That's what I think. Amanda says Kim or Dollars was with that old white man. He was in his Kimura's daughter was with that old white man. He was in his 60s or 70s. Yeah. She had told her daddy when I heard that lie. They was on the phone or something, and she wanted some money, and she told him, well, I'm gonna have to give me a sugar daddy then or whatever. I heard her tell him that. I heard that for myself. She said, I'm gonna give me a sugar daddy, and she ended up getting one too. She got her one. Bless up. Every man for themselves. Yes, watch. Every man for themselves. Every man. That's basically right now. That's where they're at. Every man for themselves. Every man for themselves. Yep. And, you know, here's the thing. The twins, whoever they're staying with right now, they're about to be grown women. You think that the woman who they're living with right now is going to forever have a mindset of taking care of them like children? No. The message is going to be, okay, girls, okay, ladies, what do you want to do with your life? What are you doing? You have to support yourself. What's your game plan? This is what this woman is going to be telling these young ladies when it's time for them to graduate high school. Because my understanding, they're in their senior year of high school. So she's going to be like, okay, what's next? Because they're not little girls. She's going to let them know, listen, your daddy isn't here to take care of you. I cannot take care of you like that. I can be a support, but you have to earn an income. What are you going to do? What kind of job do you want to get? They're going to be looking damn crazy. They're going to be like, what the hell what you mean? What do you mean? What kind of job? I don't know. Like, they're going to be confused because these kids weren't raised to think about stuff like that. They're going to be confused. Like, what do you mean? What kind of job? I mean, daddy always took care of everything. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. Like they gonna hit her with, I don't know. Shit. I wonder what kind of students are they? Hopefully they're good students. I've never heard talks of, you know, the kids, you know, what type of students they were. Hopefully they're good students. I know Kimura girls were good students. You know, they went off to these great colleges and stuff like that. But hopefully the Porter, you know, Combe twins are good students because, child, listen, every man for themselves. Amanda says Russell Simmons was one as well. He likes his women young. Yep. He liked he got with Kimura when Kimura said she was 15 in high school. Amanda said, I still love RNC regardless, but his daughter Angela is a wild one. Yeah. Reverend Lamy says, I wouldn't be shocked if Diddy ends up being Epstein. No, I don't think anyone would be shocked. Everyone's just hoping that it's not the case. But I think because so many people are looking to see if that's going to happen, that puts more pressure on like the feds to have to make sure that it doesn't, because they're not going to be able to possibly justify it happening a second time when it happens with Epstein. So I think that's probably the only reason why it may not happen, just because they wouldn't be able to justify it, you know, something like this happening a second time. Like, it's like, okay, the first time we still side-eyeing you, but the second time, okay, we know y'all on some bull. Like, you know, I think that's how people will look at it. So they gotta, you know, make sure that, you know, that he's good. You know, they have to, which I think is a good thing, because that's the only way we can get all the evidence, the names, everything to kind of come to surface. So listen, y'all, that's all I got. That's all I got. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I have another live schedule this evening on my main channel, Chic Speaks. We are picking back up on our book reading, Breaking Cycles, a story of breaking cycles of abuse. This is Rose Miller of Queen of Kings, her mother's book. her mother's story about surviving DV. So if you are interested in hearing that story, I will be doing a live book reading at 7 o'clock p.m. It will be part 2. So if you haven't gotten into part 1, check out part 1. You can find it on my channel, Chic Speaks. Check out part 1, but we will be getting into part 2. So hopefully we'll wrap it all up today and, learn how the story ends with her getting out of the abusive relationship to Rose Miller's father, the man who ground she worships. Y'all seen her latest post? Oh, she loved that man. She posted pictures of him and everything. She probably did it because she knew we were profiling her mama's story. So, but child, yeah, that's why I say, this stuff runs deep. It's, when the parents are mentally off, then, the kids, the child, it just go the cycle. That's the theme. It's the cycle. It's the cycle. Lami said, what's sad is that Diddy didn't put things in place for his children in case this happened. He's so cocky. He really thought he can beat this. Yes, very unfortunate, Lami. Amanda says, bye, Chic. See you all here. Yes, check you out later. Bless Up says, ooh, I just looked up Aoki Lee on Google, kissing the old. Oh, I guess I should have warned you to brace yourself if I would have known you was trying to be nosy. Bless Up. Girl, you can't, you can't just jump into that. But yes, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Chic Speaks as well as this backup channel, Chic Speaks on it. And yeah, I will catch you all on the next live broadcast. Peace.